this is Mitch Smith with iFunnel, and today I thought I would just take a minute to share a little bit about the problem with the mortgage industry, particularly in regard to lead generation activities and the role that loan originators have in this process. I figured I'd just open this can of worms. Now, you need to know before I go into this that it's not exclusive to the mortgage industry what's happening. This is a broader concept, which I'll get to in a second. But here's the deal. You're a mortgage loan originator. You go get your license. You go put yourself in a position to originate mortgage loans. You're responsible for your lead generation activities, for your own survival and livelihood in the business. But you don't have any way, let's say you work for a company that's got 50 loan officers, and you don't have any way of dictating that or suggesting for any traffic from that website that you have in place from the company you work for. That website, maybe you have a page listed on that website. If you don't, then you're definitely not even able to get in part of this pool that people just like your name and go to your page. Let's assume that you have a page on the website. There's no reason that anybody should go to your page. You're not able to position yourself in a way that stands out. So what's happening is, first of all, you are putting yourself in a position where you're reliant upon traffic that your company is generating for your survival. Second, you have no way of understanding where that traffic comes from, what capacity or interest they had in coming to the page at all. And third, even if the traffic did come there, there's likely not even, which doesn't relate to you even, but there's likely not conversational forms and a way to engage actively a visitor in this initial qualifying process. And so even if there was, you wouldn't be benefiting from that. So understand that. So you're responsible for your lead generation, but you're not given the tools that you need, and you're put in this position where it's up to you to kind of figure it out. So that's the problem. People don't shop the same way they did 10 years ago. When you have these products, these services that people buy infrequently, they don't particularly like to shop for, they're expensive. Things like insurance, legal services, financial services, investment industry. That one I'm particularly familiar with in regard to this. I have a friend who is a branch manager for one of the larger financial services companies, actually, and they are scrambling right now. He found in his own investigative work that this model that they have of hiring new financial advisors to come into the industry and generate business based on people that they know, which is essentially the same thing that's happened in the mortgage business. He found, going back 10 years, that not only they'd hired 100 people in the last 10 years. He's been there for 10 years. He found that not only would they have been more profitable if they hired 0 people, but also that 1 out of the last 99 people had been more profitable than the other 99 combined. So tells us a couple things. One, the system is broken. Not only is it broken, it's shattered. It's been shattered for a long, long time. Like, that system doesn't work. But here's the other problem you have. People want to protect their jobs. They have families to feed. They have salaries, and they have a comfort of life situation that's happening. This is literally what's happening. You have people who are going into work, and when he's brought up the situation, he's like, hey, this is broken. This is not working. And he is actively shut down. People do not want him to bring it up. You have people who are collecting their salaries and going to work that are not vested in the best interest of the company. They're vested in the best interest of them and their family. And rightfully so, right? Except for they're actively shutting out suggestions that would help them to understand the larger problem that's happening. But here's the other issue. They don't know what the solution is. And I've approached them, and now they're starting to look. He's starting to look in this direction and suggest to them that this is the right way to go. But this would be a complete overhaul of the way that they've been doing business for the last, I think they've been around for over 100 years. but it's time. It has to happen. It's not going away. You can't. And here's the other issue: for in their specific situation, they have a hard time hiring people. Which I'm sure, if you're a broker, you have a hard time hiring loan originators as well. How can you expect to hire a successful mortgage loan originator when you can't tell them how to be successful in the business that they're in? If you don't have a model for success, how can you possibly expect to go out and hire people who can just figure that out on their own? They've never been in the mortgage industry. You have been, and you know the model's broken, but you expect them to come and figure something else out. That is unreasonable and unrealistic, and it's not going to happen. So it might happen every once in a while, but less than 1% of the time you'll be successful with that endeavor. Some people will just do enough research on their own to figure it out otherwise, but you can't rely on that for your company survival. The good thing about the financial services industry in this particular situation is that they have money to manage. If you're in the mortgage industry and you are not processing your own loans, then you're not holding on to your own loans, then you don't have that benefit. So if you're just originating loans, then you are not in that same type of situation. So let's paint this picture. The problem is not solved if you're a loan originator and you work for a company that goes out and hires iFunnel, for instance. The problem is not solved for you because you're still responsible for your own financial livelihood and the success of your business, but the company that you work for has brought on a way for them to get more business and bring in more leads that the whole company maybe can split. But you still don't have a way of standing out above that traffic. You're still just one amongst the pool of everybody else. So just understand that. It doesn't matter if the company you work for goes out and hires us. It's up to you to take responsibility for your own lead generation efforts. If you're a mortgage loan originator watching this, if you're a broker watching this, understand this is just the case. This is what the world has come to, is that you can't just go out and just hire people expecting them to bring in their family, their friends, all this kind of stuff. That's not how this business works anymore. So if you're a loan originator, know that you have this opportunity. This is if you're looking for a sign, this is it. You have this opportunity to do something about this situation. Start to position yourself in a way that that obtains the traffic, is capable of attaining search engine traffic where people are actually looking for these types of services, and do so in a way that's conversational. It's not enough just to have a blog. Nobody's going to call you. You're not capturing information of people who go on to inquire. You're not doing anything if you just have a blog or you just post videos or something like that. You have to have a way of actively engaging prospects. That's it. And so take this as an opportunity for you to start doing something that is actually a position for your business to be able to succeed and thrive in 2018 and beyond. And that's what iFunnel provides you the opportunity to do. And hope everybody's doing amazingly well out there. We've got clients rolling, and so looking forward to the opportunity to speak with you. If you to learn more about iFunnel, just go to iFunnel.app/options, and you'll see the packages on there. There's a get started button, and just fill out the questions on there. Those questions actually help me not only to understand the situation you're in, but it also gives me some of the info that I need to understand the scope of the project that we're doing with you. So again, thank you so much, and we will talk to you soon.